Christopher to Santiago with BloodyElbow.com. Today I'm interviewing UFC light heavyweight Tuco Tokkos after his first UFC win a couple of weeks ago at UFC Nashville. Tuco, how's it going today, man?
Good, Chris, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. Feeling good, man.
Awesome, man. Well, I know it's been a busy couple of weeks for you. You know, you were in New Orleans, you were in Nashville. I guess how has your last few weeks been with the team, man?
It's been crazy, bro. It was a roller coaster, but a good roller coaster. I got my win. Brendan came out to my fight, but a couple weeks before that, Brendan and I went to corner on PFL in Chicago. And then he was training up there with Bilal. Then we went to Nashville for my fight. We locked in. I won my fight. Next day, we were at the airport first thing in the morning to go to Louisiana for his fight. That was a crazy pay-per-view week. Dustin retired. Um, Brendan got the win. He needed that win. It was a big win. It was just a crazy high, man.
That's awesome, man. Uh, how did you guys celebrate? I mean, like, and did you guys wait to celebrate all together, or did you guys celebrate like multiple times, like after your win,
Um,
after Brandon's win?
You know what? To be honest, I was so like grateful because, bro, the week before, arguably the biggest fight of his career, he was with me at my fight, and I had told him, you don't have to corner me, bro. You got important things to do. You need to lock in. And he said, no, I would never miss your fight. Um, so we didn't, after my fight, I was just focused on his fight. As soon as I left the cage, I was just thinking about his fight. I was like, let's get home, let's get you to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, so we can lock in. So it was just like, I don't know, that's just how we are, man. That's what we do. We just fucking, we're on the road. We've been all over the world together. We just fight, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, when I went to Sanford or Kill Cliff a
Yeah.
few years ago, when it was called Sanford, I could feel like there's a certain brotherhood over there with Robbie Lawler,
Yeah.
got and then with Brendan too. How long have you been training with Brendan? Because you guys are pretty close.
I've been training with Brendan over 5 years. And when he first came in the gym, he was young. And I was like, this kid's like full of himself. Then I trained with him. I saw how good he was. He was just so good. So we started training a lot. I wanted to train with him a lot because he was good. And then his first fight after that, like his first fight after he met me, he asked me to corner him. And I've cornered him every single fight since, man. We've been together nearly 30 fights, bro, all over the world. And whatever anyone says about Brendan, because he got a lot of haters. He's got a big mouth, but he can back it up. Um, he has a lot of haters, but you'll never hear me hating on him because he's got my back, man. He's got my back in the cage, out the cage. Like I've seen it. We've been in some situations, and that guy's my brother. Whatever anyone says about him, he's a pain in the ass, but that's my bro. He's got my back.
That's awesome, man. And speaking about this last fight, do you feel like there's added pressure going into like, with the last two fights that didn't go your way? I believe one was on short notice. The other one, Sterling is a really tough guy. Was there
Yeah.
any added pressure going into this third fight?
For sure, man. I mean, if we're being real, I knew I was fighting for my job. The UFC don't keep you around on a three fight losing streak unless you're like a huge name. Unless you're like McGregor or one of these guys. But yeah, like that's the funny thing, Chris, about MMA is like if you're really in it like us, you know the context that my first loss on the streak was a short notice against an undefeated prospect. Then I had a camp and I had a close fight against an undefeated prospect again. So on paper it looks bad, like damn, I lost two fights in a row. But I wasn't like that like hurt about it because I knew the context, short notice, undefeated guy, close fight against an undefeated guy who hardly hit me in my face. I took him down, I took his back. He edged me on the scorecards, fair enough, with the striking. Um, but I was still confident going into this fight. I just looked forward. I knew I had to win and just got it done. I said he'd have to knock me out cold to beat me. He rocked me, he hit me hard, man. He hits hard, he elbowed me hard, he cut me up. But I knew, oh, if I'm conscious, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna wrestle this guy. I'm gonna submit him. That's what happened, man. It felt good.
Hmm. And you have bounced back from losses before, and this isn't your first rodeo, but I guess did you get any like really good advice heading into this one? And I guess what was the mentality in terms of going into this fight, and how did you, I guess, overcome the pressure?
Yeah, I got a lot of vets around me, like you said, I got guys like Robbie Lawler, Sean Soriano in my corner, Brandon Allen in my corner. Like between those three guys, they got 50 UFC fights, you know what I mean? Not just 50 fights, 50 UFC fights. So them just telling me just focus on this one fight. It's just one fight. Forget the pressure, forget the stress, focus on the task at hand, which is the guy in front of you. So that's it, man. I just like compartmentalized it and even done that in the fight because he was hitting me on the feet, he was rocking me. And if I'm honest, I wasn't in shape. I was hurt going into that fight, but I didn't really have I didn't have the clout to fucking pull out, I couldn't pull out. I knew I had to fight. But even within the fight, they were like, stay focused, get your single leg, get on top, stay on top, secure position, work to a submission. So that's what I've done, man. I just listened, you know.
Hmm. And you get the beautiful finish a few weeks ago. I guess right now at this stage of your career, what are you hoping to accomplish in the UFC inside the octagon? What do you want for yourself?
Dude, I just want to have some fun fights. They put me on the main card twice in a row now because I don't know. I even surprised myself before this last fight, Dana, when he's like, these are the fights to watch. He does a little intro video. He highlighted our fight because we're both finishers, and I was like, damn, I'm a finisher. I got like 90% finish rate. I don't even realize it, but I think that's what you got to do. You got to keep fighting, keep winning, and finishing is a bonus. Even like after my fight, I didn't feel like I fought well. I thought I got hurt. The fight was a mess. But everyone's like, what are you talking about? You finished the guy. I was like, yeah, I did. So I think just got to keep that momentum going. It's funny, a loss motivates you, but a win almost motivates you more. You're like, damn, I want to get better. Like I fought and I won, but I can be better than that. So it's good.
Awesome, man. I guess what have you been doing the last few weeks? Or I mean, obviously you've been traveling, but I guess what do you want to do before your next flight gets booked? Any plans, any vacations?
I do, man, dude. My Instagram got suspended like a couple days after my fight. So they kind of killed my victory parade, but everyone's been like, where have you been? I've been traveling a lot, man. I've been in Colorado, Florida, Philadelphia, New York. I've been all over the place. Um, Now I'm gonna head back to Florida, like go home and get shit figured out. But there's a few trips I want to take. I need to corner a few people. Um, And then I don't know, man. I should go to London, see my people in my hometown, but I also want to go to Europe. I don't know, man. I got a few trips I want to take, but I just need to get my schedule together because I had a crazy few weeks and now I'm just like settling down finally. So I need to like get my head together, get back in the gym, get my schedule together. You know what I mean? Get back on track.
Mm. I gotta ask, man, what's the best or thing or perk about being a UFC fighter?
Um, the best part about being a UFC fighter is that you're not a PFL fighter. I just got kicked out of PFL for like the third time. I went to the fights in Atlantic City,
Really?
dude, because I got a big mouth, and when I think that PFL, I kind of have a favorite guy in the fight. Like, I don't know if you watch the fights, but the co-main event the other night, Movleed fighting the Peruvian guy. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Zeus,
Pineda, right?
Benita, yeah. He was like getting takedowns. I think they stood him up from full mount at one point. It was like stuff you would never see in the UFC. The guy's dominating, he's on top, he's landing strikes, and they're standing him up. It's insane. I was like, what is this? They obviously want the red corner to win the other guy. And then in the main event, my boy Logan Storley lost the decision. And yeah, the other guy maybe won more rounds, but they gave him like every round. It was insane. I was like, there's no way. Logan definitely won 2 rounds. Like, so I was like, man, this is why UFC is the best, because for the most part it's fair. I know we see robberies, but it's just like the fights are just more legitimate, man. It's more fair fights. They don't have favorites. Unless it's like sometimes they do. They want like a Chimaev to win or a McGregor to win, but once they're in the cage, the fight's fair, man. There's no fixing of fights. There's no like pressure in commissions. You don't see the ref like letting one guy win more than another guy. So it's crazy. So I was saying all that stuff out loud, and then I went in the back after the fight with my boys, Logan, and the security came and kicked me out. Even though there was like 100 people backstage that didn't, well, that weren't corners, they came and specifically came for me because they don't like that I talk shit. But thank God I'm in the UFC. Dana loves it when we exposed other promotions. So I'm gonna keep talking my shit. I got nothing to fear from PFL. Yeah, PFL is fucking trash, and I'm gonna keep talking shit when they rig fights. They rigged the fight against my boy Aaron Jeffrey because they want the good-looking kid from ATT with the muscles to win. It's like, come on, man, rigging fights, man. It's 2025. That's why you'll never be on par with the UFC because you're rigging fights.
And I guess we like going off of that, we did see how Bellator, ended up in terms of they did get bought out. With the way that the PFL's promoting and like their outreach and stuff, do you feel like you're gonna be able to maintain it? And do you feel like they're gonna be able to do you think PFL is gonna be around in the next 2 to 3 years?
I don't know. It was a good thing because they had money and they were paying guys, you know? They were paying guys, and I have teammates that fight for PFL and they're getting paid, which is great. I'm happy about that. But I don't know if they can sustain it, because the product ain't the same. Like every single UFC show is sold out. They could go to Alaska, they're sold out in the biggest arena in Alaska. 20,000 people every weekend, they're sold out. I just went to PFL and there's like 500 people in there. So they're giving away tickets, buy two, get two free. They're like $25. And they were doing those shows in Saudi Arabia. I think they had that Saudi investment and stuff like that. But they just went to Atlantic City for their final show. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope they keep going, but I don't know how much money they're making. I don't know who really watches it. And it goes back to what I said because they have favorites. The fights ain't legitimate. Like, why would you tune in if you know who's gonna win?
For sure, man. And one of the last questions I had for you, a lot of fighters, or when they get to the UFC, they don't feel like a UFC fighter until they get their first win. I know that you put in a lot of time and effort to get to the UFC to get to where you are today, but did you feel like a UFC fighter coming off of those losses, and did it change anything after the win?
It definitely changed things because it's like when you're in the street and people are like, "Oh, you fight," and you're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, when was your last fight?" And you're like, "Oh, I lost." Like when you win, you can be like, "Yeah, I just fought 2 weeks ago. I won. I finished the guy." You can take pride in your work, just like anyone else. Like if you work in construction and someone says, "What have you been working on?" You don't want to show a house that fell down. You want to show a nice house that you completed the job. So yeah, it definitely feels better because I completed the job, and yeah, I can take pride in my work. Even though I feel I didn't really fight well, I didn't fight well, but I still executed the game plan, and I did what I set out to do, which is take the guy down, submit him, finish him. So I'm glad with that. Respect to him though, my opponent, cool guy. We chopped it up after the fight, super respectful. They got a lot of respect for their team and stuff. Nice guys.
Awesome, Tuco. Well, I think that's all the questions I had for you, man. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the Tuco fans out there watching, man?
Just hit me back up on the social media. My Instagram was down for a couple weeks, but it's back. Tuco 300. Hit me up and tap in, man.